The NFL simply has no answer for these Detroit Lions. They are on an incredible run right now. The Detroit Lions get it done again. Arguably their biggest win of the season, coming against a divisional rival, against the Minnesota Vikings, as the Lions. They started slow. They committed a costly late game turnover, but yet they still found a way to answer each and every time. They still found a way to win this huge game, beating the Vikings, who were coming off their bye. As the Lions, they were down 10-0 early, but then they ripped off 21 points in a row after a scoop and score put the Vikings in front with less than 6 minutes to go, and the offense went 3-0. Detroit's defense then forced a punt, and then they were able to set up a game-winning drive. As the Lions, they did enough to steal a huge road victory, and now they are first place in the NFC North after 6 games. The Detroit Lions are just playing unbelievably well, and you look at Detroit, they have put up 30 points in 3 straight games now, and Jared Goff, guys, he is in the midst of an MVP type of run. Get a load of this stat. The Lions offense is the only team with more offensive touchdowns, 18, than incompletion, 16, in a 4-game span since the merger. That is unbelievable. The Lions offense, I mean, they are just clicking on an historic run right now. And throughout the team's 4-game winning streak, the offense has just been unreal. They're averaging 35 points per game in that span, and have scored 30 or more points in 3 straight games for the first time since 1997. And obviously a big part of that has been the outstanding play of Jared Goff, who has just been playing out of his mind over his last 4 outings. Goff, he has been quite literally almost perfect since week 4, ranking first in completion percentage at 84.8%, touchdown to interception ratio 7-0, passer rating 154.1, and EPA per dropback 0.61. And then you look at running back Gibbs. I mean, he had a breakout game on Sunday as well, and he's actually on the verge of doing something truly remarkable, as the running back is the first player in franchise history to have an average yards per carry of 5 or higher on a minimum of 10 carries in 5 straight games. And that mark actually puts him 1 game off of the NFL record of 6, meaning that Gibbs will have a shot at history against the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. So you're talking about Gibbs and Montgomery. They have been performing at an elite level, and that tandem has each produced at least 70 scrimmage yards for the 6th straight game to open the year. So the run game has been unbelievable. Jared Goff has been playing unbelievably well. And, you know, just speaking more about Goff, guys, he completed 22 of 25 of his passes in the Lions' 31-29 win on Sunday. He had 280 yards throwing, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, and had a passer rating of 140. Goff had a passer rating of at least 150 the last 2 weeks in wins over Dallas and Seattle. So now he's posted a passer rating of 140 plus in 3 straight games, becoming just the 4th player in history to do so, joining Aaron Rodgers, who did it in 2011, Kurt Warner, who did it in 1999, and Roger Staubach, who did it in 1971. That is elite company, and it's just been such an amazing stretch for Goff over the last month. I mean, he's completed over 80% of his passes with a rating above 140, with 9 touchdowns and 0 interceptions over the Lions' last 4 games, which have resulted in the Lions getting wins over Arizona, Seattle, Dallas, and Minnesota. And Goff tied the franchise single game completion percentage record Sunday, 88% for a player with at least 25 attempts. And you look at Goff, I mean, this is a guy who is just so calm and composed, and he's just so disciplined. He hardly makes a bad throw, and there's a reason why Goff has this Lions as the number 1 scoring offense in the NFL. And that's happened for just the 4th time in franchise history. I mean, offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, he's coming up with great stuff, and it's working when you have somebody as Jared Goff on the field. We thought this offense of the Lions couldn't have gotten any better. We thought Jared Goff could not have played any better, but he has just been playing extremely well. It's unprecedented what we're seeing Jared Goff doing, and it really, really is awesome to see. And the Lions, I mean, it was a fascinating game and win for them. And you got to give a ton of credit to the kicker, Jake Bates, who came out and delivered the game-winning kick. And after the game, Dan Campbell was absolutely filled with joy. He was over the moon, and he was emphatic about giving that game ball to Bates. And Bates, I mean, what a story this has been. I mean, since joining the Lions at the start of the season, he has been perfect in his first 6 games, making all 6 of his field goal attempts on the year, and none of them were bigger than the kick that gave the Lions the #1 spot right now in the NFC North. And Bates, this was a guy who thought that his career was over and he wasn't going to amount to anything in the NFL. I mean, this guy was a brick salesman just 18 months ago, and now he has a chance to play a big role on a team with Super Bowl aspirations. Like, that is unbelievable, man. You can't make this story up even if you wanted to. So you're talking about how this team is coming together. It's just unbelievable what these Lions are doing. And guys, Aiden Hutchinson, he underwent surgery to repair his fractured tibia and fibula, as Dan Campbell said. I would never count him out. And really, you look at the timeline of Hutchinson, I mean, there is a world, guys, where he could be back right at the Super Bowl in New Orleans on February 9th, if the Lions make that game, of course. But you know what, guys? My biggest takeaway right now from this Lions team is they are just such a talented football team, but they are just a close bunch. Like, how can you go up against this team right now? This is a team that not only has the talent to back it up, their offense is operating at an historic pace. Goff is playing out of his mind. You got the running backs, the weapons, the defense coming up when they need to. But there's just such a fun spirit in this locker room, and you can see it. You know these guys are reeling right now under Dan Campbell, and there is a sense of belief that this team can accomplish something special, and they are playing like that each and every week. The Lions, it did not look promising for them to begin that game. They go down 10-0, stalling a bit out of that gate, but as soon as that offense picked it up, we saw it goes fast, and they immediately took full momentum. And the fact that they were able to stay composed, overcome some of the things in the second half late there in that game, and then still muster game-winning field goal try, which obviously was completed by Bates. Like, this is a team that is just on a whole other level right now. And this Lions team, they are getting better with each and every week that passes. So to me, the Detroit Lions are the best team in the NFC, and this win proved it. Right now, when you look at the best teams in the NFL, it's Chiefs, it's Lions. Too early to talk about the Super Bowl, but these are the 2 teams in my mind that have stood out above the rest. The Lions are clearly the best team in the NFC, and they continue to prove it and show you that they can win in multiple ways. After they smash Dallas, they get into more of a physical war with the Vikings, but they're still able to win this game. And that offense, let's not forget, it went up against a very good Vikings defense. So it's not that the Lions offense put up the amount of points that they did against any ordinary defense. This is a very stout Vikings defense. So the Lions, I mean, this offense, you just can't stop it right now. They're believing, they're winning games, and I'm excited to see what they can do from here on out. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this game. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Lions fans, for more content just like this. That is it for me. Luke signing off. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.